This week's episode is brought to you by Body Scare. All natural body care products so good, they're scary.
What's going on?
Hello and welcome back to an all-new Zombie Horror Podcast with your host, Michelle of the Dead, Patio Furniture, and me, Vlad the Intruder, because tonight we are talking about motherfucking home invasions.
Woo-woo! Scary.
Somebody's
That's a very
pumped.
scary thing. Someone is pumped. Are you pumped,
Well,
Vlad?
Pumped.
I thought a good way to open the show, maybe not open it, but something we could talk about is
Happy Monday, Sea Monster.
I was involved in a home invasion.
What?
As the perpetrator. So, I mean, I have background specific knowledge on the situation. But that's what we are talking about tonight. Well, you know, I haven't always been a good person my whole life.
Yeah, I thought we were only talking about home invasion movies.
I know, we're getting real here.
All right, let's broaden our...
I say I wasn't always a good guy, but the truth of the matter is that I was just selling some weed and some guy robbed me. So I went back and robbed him, but I brought a gang of people with me.
Oh,
there you go.
We'll get
was
into
he
that.
Home?
Oh yeah, his whole fucking
Melissa?
family. Let me just tell you the story real quick.
Okay, tell me the story.
So we're talking about, I would say, around 1993, 94. I was living in Toms River, New Jersey, and I was dating this girl that lived in Seaside Heights, which is like a bridge away in another town. And I was selling weed for these two kids, Anthony and Frankie, that lived up in Brooklyn. And I was out. This girl I'm kind of dating, she's like, "Oh, come out to Seaside and hang out with me." So I go out there, and I had a pocket full of so this is the 90s. We sold dime bags.
You had a pocket full of sunshine?
Yeah, I had a pocket full of dime bags. And so I'm hanging out with her, and she's like, "Hey," and this kid's nickname was Crack. And he's like, "Hey," and hopefully Crack, if you're watching this, fuck you. His name was Crack. And he rolls up on a bicycle with two other guys. And one of them was a pretty big dude. And he's like, "Hey, man, can I see a bag?" And so I showed him one. He's like, "Do you have any other ones?" So I pulled them out, and I had them in my hand. Stupid mistake on my part. Well, while I had them out in my hand, he grabbed them while a big dude swung at me, and I kind of dipped, got out of the way. But that kid Crack got all the weed. The ones that dropped, the other kid was picking them up, and I was backing up from this big dude. I didn't get punched or hit, but they ride off on their bikes. Me and her go back to her house. Well, I call Anthony and Frankie, and I'm like, "Yo, I just got fucking robbed in Seaside Heights." And no problem, Russ. Russ has his show on about an hour before us. And so I went and watched his. Anyway, back to the story. So I call Anthony and Frankie, and I'm like, "Yo, these kids robbed me, whatever." So they drive down from Brooklyn. They stop in Toms River to pick up my brother-in-law and three of our other friends. Drive out to pick me up. This girl takes us to where they live. So
you guys knew who this person is.
Well, it was the girl I was kind of pseudo dating. It was her friend, Crack. And so she showed us where he lived, and then she left. I go up to the front door with 5 dudes behind me and knocked on the front door. And the kid's sweet old mom comes to the door, pulls the little blinds away, and she goes, "Go around back." So we're like, "All right." So we go around back. It was at those 2-level houses. So it was the downstairs kind of basement door. And so we go around back, and as we go to grab the door, you can see the kids look out, and they saw all of us. And I opened the door up real quick, and as we opened the door, we all basically flooded in. There was 4 people sitting on a couch, 2 guys standing up, and Crack went running up the stairs. So we all run in and literally just started swinging on everybody, punching everybody in the fucking downstairs. They're all young kids about our age. Started beating the shit out of everyone down there. Me and I think it was Frankie. Me and Frankie ran upstairs and chased Crack into his house where his family was, and he hid behind his mom with a fucking steak knife in the kitchen. And his mom's freaking out. His dad and his sister are freaking out, and they're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "He fucking robbed me. I'm just back to get my shit, and we'll fucking leave." Well, the whole time this is happening, all my friends downstairs are beating people up and robbing them, and so we ended up getting all of our dime bags of weed back. I came back down the stairs, and that big dude who swung at me, this is back, like I said, the 90s when portable phones were still a thing. So I grabbed this portable phone and I start beating the shit out of the dude who swung at me. I punched him like maybe 8 times or something. And I'm like, don't you ever fucking swing at me. And I'm just beating on this dude. And so we end up leaving. Everyone downstairs got robbed. We got all of our weed back. I think it was like one bag was missing.
Oh, God.
We got all of our weed back. My buddy stole their Sega and like a bunch of Sega games. He wanted to steal their TV, but couldn't figure out how to get it in the car because it was like a huge TV.
Oh my God.
But so nothing ever came of that. But like a week later, there was this club in Seaside called the Surf Club. And it was like kind of like a punk rock where like, hardcore bands and stuff like that played. And there was a show there. So I go out to that. And I was all by myself. And I fucking ran into all 3 of the dudes we beat the shit out of that tried to rob.
Shit.
The big dude had 2 fucking shiners. His eyes were all purple and shit. And they were going to fight me in there. And I was all by myself. And the bouncers like broke it up. And they're like, dude, you need to get the fuck out of here. So I went out like their side door and like took off to the boardwalk. I'm like, I'm not getting jumped tonight. Fuck that. And I never saw any of those dudes again after that.
Nice.
I almost got jumped. But so I was involved in a home invasion, although I feel like I was kind of in the right because I got robbed. But definitely probably traumatic for his family. I'm sure he didn't
I bet.
stay home after that.
Damn.
But
And that's how we're starting the show off.
Just a couple of ass whoopings and a couple black eyes,
Oh my God. Oh. Well, I have never been involved in home invasion, whether giving or receiving.
Are you even living?
You check my pulse.
I think I am. Maybe not.
I don't think that's like something a lot of people have probably been involved with.
No.
Somebody liked the story. I mean, I like I said, I don't feel like I got fucking I used to be able to card open doors. Melissa Voland. She would break in. She used a little credit card to jimmy the door.
Yeah.
We didn't kill anybody. I feel like I was in the right, even though, like I said, I didn't always do good.
Well, you weren't like holding people up with guns and knives and stuff. You were beating people up with your fists.
Right.
It wasn't
you just wanted your shit back.
Yeah.
I just wanted the weed back because if not, that shit was coming out of my ass and I didn't want to pay. So anyway, back to home invasion horror movies.
Yes.
Boom. Let's talk about them. What do we got? Michelle, did you do some research this week? Did you think about home invasion movies?
I thought about it, but I really didn't have any time to do any research because I was
son of a bitch.
I work 7 days a week.
I know.
Also, you know what happened? The cable went out. Like Xfinity had like nationwide like blackouts and outages for like several days.
Always.
And our cable was out for a couple of days and it came back on. As soon as it came back on, our fucking power went out. This was last night. Yeah, the internet finally came back on, so I couldn't get any internet. Well, I had Wi-Fi, but and then the fucking power went out. So, my Bose had a charge and I was listening to music and I made a cat condo from I was using the skylight for light because it was just getting dark,
Ludovic.
And I had candles and I freaking used packing tape and I taped them together and cut little holes. And then I was like, oh, I think I'm going to paint it. I was feeling artistic. And so I just painted the whole thing gray. And then I was like, oh, I put like ears on it. So it's like a little cardboard cat motel. My cat's too fat to get into the upper layer. He like almost crushed it, but it's got fun little holes in it that they can put their little paws through. And it's really cute.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Well,
show it to you. Hey, Ludo.
I know. I just put him up there.
So the one that's most fresh in my mind, of course, is The Purge, because we recently had a Purge episode.
It's true.
And I see it a lot. It's on all the time. So it's freshest in my mind. It's a terrifying thing, not just like the Purge itself, but the way that the people like got into the house was just very like on the edge of your seat, spine-tinglingly terrifying.
Melissa Voland says Black Christmas is technically home invasion. He was in the attic. That's true.
Yeah.
Derek Winsky finally got off his butthole and is watching. It is true, Black Christmas. And I was going to kind of ask you guys that because I feel like for instance, I would say like even Psycho could be home invasion, although it's not your home. She was in a hotel room was invaded upon in like what would be, kind of her private space. So
I
like,
think that is like a gray area that would count.
okay.
Yeah,
Living
I would
quarters
say.
invasion.
I think in horror we need to be generous with our overlapping of genres because, like you said, we're the underdog of genres. So I think we should also be like kind of all inclusive and a safe place for other genres.
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't
Don't
call
you think?
Godzilla a home invasion movie
Well, it would be a reach. It would really be a reach.
because he stepped on many a homes.
Yeah. He's a creature feature.
Creature feature.
Yeah.
Well, just so you guys know, the home invasion kind of genre started off very early in filmmaking, actually in the silent era of 1913.
Did
It
not
was a
know
movie.
that.
It was a movie called Suspense. It was directed by Lois Weber. Um, it's about basically a homeless guy who sneaks into a mansion, and I'm sure you could figure the rest out. No, I don't want to give up spoilers, but so the genre has been around for a very, very long time. I think I would say between like 30s, 40s, maybe 50s, it kind of went away, but obviously with the 60s and 70s until today, it's gotten a lot of headway as far as like representation in the horror field.
Yeah, I think it really picked back up in the 70s.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Definitely the 70s. Was it like Last House on the
Excuse
Left?
me.
That was what, 74 or something like that?
Yeah.
The 80s was also a big time for home invasion too, because of the climate in the United States, or actually really around the world. I feel like home invasion took a real upswing in like the 80s too.
I think once the 70s hit and home invasion like kind of got ramped up, I don't think it's ever really gone away after that, because we got him in the 70s, we got him in the 80s, we got him in the 90s, we got him in the early 2000s, we got him in the 2010s, we got him in the 2020s. Like it's been a pretty solid genre that just keeps pumping out decent films. There's a lot of good home invasion films out there.
Do you think a lot of that has to do with because I always talk about kind of like the reality horror as opposed to like, the monster horror, like Jason and
stuff
Freddy.
that could happen to anybody at any time, and it has nothing to do with like the supernatural or
like
anything.
Do you feel like that draws more people in because of like that real fear? Like I mean, honestly, unless you're like 12 years old, you're not afraid of Jason Voorhees. You know what I mean? But like literally today I could watch, maybe not something like, The Purge, but something a little bit more like Don't Breathe or Knock Knock, where it's just like a regular fucking guy at home alone on Father's Day. These two girls come over, and then the next thing you know, it all turns to shit. Which, by the way, I'm not a huge fan of Keanu Reeves usually, but in that film and Knock Knock, I don't know if either of you have seen it. He's fucking awesome. I love that movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah, actually, I did. I think I watched it last year, and I totally forgot about it until you started talking about it. It was I'd never heard of it before, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna give this a try, and it was like
really good.
Yeah.
I think it's more like it's more of like a psychological thriller or something like that, but definitely home invasion.
Right.
Stephen Belzer says Brian Barry's Thanksgiving Massacre is an intense home invasion horror book. Nick Roberts, I'm not even going to, Anathema is in a way too. Steve you know what I like about Steven is he always nails us with book stuff. Yeah. Kevin Haynes.
What do you like about sent me books.
Everything.
We love Steven. He's Nick's dad. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
What's I mean, other than Knock Knock and what did we say, The Purge?
Strangers.
Well, Strangers. Actually, before we go to another movie, I want to go back to something you said a minute, like we were talking about how strong home invasion is going and how realistic it is. I think one of the reasons home invasion is so popular and so successful in the horror genre is because of the reality of it. I think it invites non-horror fans to watch them. Sure. Like the movie Strangers, I think was not only celebrated by horror fans as a fantastic film, but non-horror fans were watching it as well. And I think kind of like how Michelle was talking earlier about like horror being all inclusive. I think home invasion horror is almost that bridge between horror and non-horror. You can live on either side of the bridge and still enjoy those films.
Right. And I think too that follows along with the because typically those movies aren't very gory. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't
But they're
have.
very terrifying. There
Yeah.
doesn't even have to be any violence because it just, yeah, it's very psychological.
Well, typically when you meet someone that's like, "Oh, I don't watch horror," but if you ask them if they watch the movie Fear, they'll say yes, which
Yep.
is a fucking horror movie. People think that horror is only Freddy, Jason, Michael, and Leatherface and Pinhead. You know, they don't
If it
really.
scares you, then it's horror,
Right, but
right?
I'm saying like a lot of general society just says I don't like horror, not realizing they do. It's just a different. It's just
Yeah.
a
It's just a different
subgenre.
aspect, just a different, yeah. Because they
Right.
associate, blood, guts, and gore is what they're thinking.
Sherry Hatfield Van Veldhouse says,
Sherry.
"I love
Sherry.
Invaders. Invaders is a great one." Steven says, "Night of the Living Dead is too. The dead invade the house at the end. That's very true."
That is
Kevin agrees
that's
with me
a
that
nice
Fear
genre
is
blur.
awesome.
I like that.
What's that?
I said that's a nice genre blur. I like that.
Yeah.
Like meshing
Zombie
genres.
home invasion.
Yeah.
Home invasion films are a mix of horror and suspense, which really brings out the anxiety in most. Agreed.
Yep.
Sherry says, "Hello, everyone." Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
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 One of the cool things I thought they did recently with the genre is the what's it called? Don't Speak. Is that what it's?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who's blind and three people break into his house
Like, Don't Breathe. Maybe it's
or
Don't Breathe.
Maybe let me
It's
see.
Don't Breathe.
It's Don't Breathe,
Yeah.
right? But where the blind guy, like, three people break in his house because he has like a safe full of money when really it's a woman chained up downstairs, and they break in and he kills them all. But he has to use, like, the power goes out, and so he's used to the not seeing, so it's nothing to him, and uses his like sound to murder these three people. I thought it was a very creative storyline to tell because typically it's like I was telling Pat earlier, it's a lot of times home invasion is a single woman and a man breaking in, or two girls and a man breaking in, or a family and a man breaking in, and the dad has to defend the family type of thing.
Right.
So it was cool to see, a different kind of a way of looking at home invasion where it gave somebody with a disability actually the advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That ties into my actual all-time favorite home invasion movie, which is Hush, which is same thing. It's a guy breaking into a house with a female, but she is deaf. So
No, yeah.
like in Don't Breathe, he's blind. In Hush, she's deaf.
Right.
And that movie is anxiety filled. There's so many like scenes where she's oblivious to him being in the house, and she's a writer, so she's tapping away on her laptop,
Right.
and he's just like standing behind her, and tapping on the counter with a knife or something, and she can't hear him, and like the anxiety builds.
That's scary.
The part where he had the head against the glass and it was all bloody,
Yeah.
like that. I thought that was really cool.
That movie is insanely fucking good.
Melissa Volan agrees with you. She says Hush is a good one. Don't Breathe is awesome. Kevin wants to know, is Scream home invasion? I would say absolutely yes, because literally in every movie,
sure.
Ghostface sneaks into someone's house and murders them. So I would say Scream's home invasion easily. Actually, that was one of the more current ones I was thinking about when we were talking about this genre, was like, and literally in every Scream, what's her name? Fuck, not the actress, the character, Sydney.
Oh, Sydney.
Yeah,
Sydney.
Like wherever she's living, someone breaks in her house, like tries to kill her.
She's cursed.
Steven says, home invasion movies make you want to dig a moat around your home / your castle. Agreed.
Yeah, for sure.
Anne-Marie, I feel the home invasion movies are more intense than regular horror movies. Agreed. As it really pulls at the fear of losing our safe space, the one place we should be able to feel in control and safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Anne-Marie, and I think that's why that this genre, again, like speaks. outside of the horror genre because it is literally like a fear we all have. Like, I mean, I know that some people don't lock every fucking door when they come and go. I do. Like, I don't give a shit if I'm walking right back out the door. I lock it behind me because, like, I watch a lot of horror movies.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was watching. I think it might have been like one of the documentaries on Shudder, but one of the guests in the documentary was talking. They were talking about a home invasion movie. I don't remember which one, but they were kind of going off of what you guys were just talking about, where it's like you feel safe in your home, but the reality is, if somebody's outside your home and they want in, they're gonna fucking get in.
Right.
And there's really nothing you can do to stop it. They're
that's really scary when you put it that way, because you're so right.
I don't know if you guys actually saw this movie yet or not. It's called Knock at the Cabin. Derek says it did the whole home invasion psychological mindfuck, and I'm not normally an M. Night Shyamalan fan, but was impressed. And I agree. I did watch it. I don't know if I watched it.
Is that the one with fucking Batista?
It is. It is. It's definitely a fucking cool ass movie. Very well done. I am also not a big M. Night Shyamalan fan because
I fucking hate him.
I mean, he's done some good work, don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of a lot of his shit I just can't get behind. That one, actually, I watched not knowing it was going to be an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and then watch it, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, it was really good. It was really well done. And as I've said in the past, you guys know, I'm not a big fan of putting huge name actors in horror movies because I think it takes away from the, like, trying to be real about horror, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Seeing Kevin Bacon in Friday the 13th kind of takes away from the fear of Jason, because we all know Kevin Bacon and fucking Footloose.
But when he was in it, he wasn't huge.
Right. If I was fucking older than 3 when it came out, I could have appreciated that. But
Fair enough.
But anyway, yeah, Knock at the Cabin's a good one. If you guys do like psychological horror, you can get past the fact that it's M. Night Shyamalan and Batista's in it. It is a good watch.
I don't need it. You don't need to get past the fact that Batista's in it. Batista's fucking awesome.
I recently rewatched. It's not shit. It's not like, it's one of those of the Dead's, Army of the Dead, and he's the fucking, like, you know, the guy in that one. That was actually a really fucking cool movie, and I think it's the one, because I liked him as Drax or whatever in the Marvel movies, but I really liked him in that movie, and I think that's the one that convinced me like he was a good actor. Kevin likes Depp in Nightmare. I think we can all agree.
Johnny Depp is the man.
Yeah, definitely. So what do we got next? So which what are we talking about?
I think a good movie to talk about, which is it's a home invasion movie, because we've been talking a lot about movies that kind of blend different.
Please tell me you're going to say A Clockwork Orange.
No. I'm gonna probably get hate mail for this one, because a lot of people hate on the man, and I kind of agree with some of what they're saying. But Us from Jordan Peele,
dude, fucking awesome movie.
Yes,
that movie is fucking fantastic. It starts off as a home invasion movie, then it just goes off the fucking wall, and then you don't even know, like, it's a zombie movie. There's all kinds of fucking weird shit in that movie.
I'm gonna put this up real quick.
Love it.
There's a reason the movies I pick that I put on here, and Us was one of the first ones that I picked to put on that ad, because it's so fucking good. Rebecca loves Clockwork Orange, which is also a home invasion film.
It is.
Derek says no hate mail from him for once in his life.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Us was fucking awesome, and not the backstory, because it's a story, but like the story of I can't remember the main character's name, but the fact that she was the alternate and the real one was in the fucking sub-universe or whatever. Like, there's so much depth to that movie. And not only that, it was fucking scary. I'd say that was one of the scarier films of that year. Yeah,
that movie, Jordan, I think when we talk about Rob Zombie and how he peaked with Devil's Rejects, I think that's Peele's peak. Like, I don't know, because then the Nope came out, and Nope was nothing like Us. Like, nowhere near as good as Us. Get Out was really good, and then Us came out, and it was even better. And then Nope came out. I think that's his peak. I don't know if we'll see anything as good from him.
I thought Us was a lot better, or Us was a lot better than I think it was Up. Was that what the next one was? The alien invasion one
No,
you
that's
just did?
no.
Nope.
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 Yeah. I thought Us was a lot better. Rebecca pulls a good point here. The hotel room invasion scene in The Devil's Rejects was terrific. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
There's a couple parts in that scene where it's just,
What do you mean? Sorry.
that was definitely
That was a fucking badass scene.
yeah. Bill Moseley was fucking creepy in that scene.
Yeah. Can you I mean, if you're in a hotel, is that home invasion? Are we gonna go with that?
I don't
think
know.
we should.
Baby and
You said
and
it was.
Moseley,
I think
they
it is.
invaded that room pretty
I'm
quickly.
not like the fucking end all be all guy, you know. I think it's, if you're in a hotel room, it's got to be home invasion because you rented the room, it's yours for the night. You're supposed to feel safe inside, so you know.
Yeah. Living quarters invasion.
How many years from now, and this question is for everybody, even in the comments, how many years from now do you think we start decking out our houses kind of like in The Purge? I'm ready to do it right now.
God, I hope
I guess it
can't
depends on
afford
who
to
you are.
ever
There's
get
probably
that.
some people who already have it like that. So
Yeah, they're preppers. There's preppers in the world that are probably pretty damn close.
I've got
This,
I hope we
12
never get
barrels of
that
salt in the storage room.
here's my favorite comment so far. Home Alone was pretty scary for the wet bandits. Again, a home invasion movie, but it's the
It
comedy
is.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
But what were we talking? Which one were we talking about just a minute ago?
Us.
Us,
We're still
yeah.
in Us.
Such a well done movie, man. If you don't like Us, then you just don't like good movies, I think.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
agree.
going with.
Yeah. Me too.
One of the ones I think that if you're into French lesbian horror, High Tension, that's a really good one. It's have
I forgot about that one. I watched that.
I love
Ouch! A couple years ago.
You didn't like it?
Me?
Is that what you said?
No, I said I love High Tension.
Oh, okay. Angela has like a half sleeve.
I didn't like that.
Angela has a half sleeve of from High Tension, so
nice.
Gotta like High Tension. A little bit different than what we're used to with home invasion, I would say. Like she's actually invited into the house, not knowing she's a psychopath. But what's your guys' take on High Tension? Other than liking it.
I mean, I haven't watched that movie in over a decade, so I don't have it really fresh in my mind.
Not fresh in the mind. I forgot about that.
So I can't really talk about it like in depth, but right now, but I can tell you that when I watched it, I fucking was super impressed and loved it.
Stephen Belcher wants to know about Panic Room with Jodie Foster, but although Derek's an idiot and spelt it wrong, he also wants to know. Oh wait, hold on, he smartened up. Panic Room.
Ouch.
Pianic.
I just like making fun of him. Isn't that so? That's the one. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Panic Room's another one that I haven't watched in a really long time. I remember enjoying it. I remember basically all I remember from it is Jodie Foster home is getting broken into, and she runs into this rad ass metal room in her house and hits a button and a door closes on her, and she's talking to people through a screen. That's about all I remember.
I'm not even sure I've seen it, but I just looked it up, and Jared Leto is in it. Forrest Whitaker's in it.
Jared Leto's in it before Jared Leto went crazy.
Don't be talking about my Jared Leto now. All right. Jared Leto does no wrong. And Marie says, shut in, a movie where you are already living in a fear in your home that is almost like a prison. Then it gets invaded. That is an invasion prison movie. Agreed.
An invasion.
I think we would be what is it? Remissed? Is that what the word I'm looking for? If we didn't,
yes, I'm having a deja vu. I feel like you said that before.
I say that every time. If we didn't talk about I Spit on Your Grave,
Yeah.
because the original, and obviously there's 3 after that, the remake and the subsequent 2. The remake I actually really liked. I don't know about you guys
For
compared to the
2010,
first.
I love it.
Yeah,
Jennifer Butler, red.
It's really good.
yeah, Sarah Butler.
Sarah Butler, my bad.
Right. No, it's all good.
Yeah, she's red.
She is rad. I thought it was well done. There was a guy who played in My So-Called Life who was in it, and he got his eyes pecked out by ravens or crows or whatever. I thought it was a really well done movie. Another one where it is a home invasion, but the quote unquote victim, it's like a vengeance home invasion movie.
Yeah. I usually call I Spit on Your Grave revenge horror, but just like we've been saying all episode, horror blends,
It's almost like
revenge, home invasion.
It's almost like you can't make a horror movie without some sort of home invasion. I mean,
Yeah.
Halloween would be a home invasion movie if that's the case.
Yeah.
Sherry says, yes, Shut In. Just put High Tension on the list. Love Spit movie. Yes, remake is better. Love Spit on Your Grave. Remake was awesome. Has anyone seen I Saw the Devil? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think that might be on one of my watch lists, though, on one of the streaming channels.
Kim Ji-woon. Oh, looks like it's some sort of Asian movie made by the same people who made Old Boy. Ooh. A secret agent exacts revenge on a serial killer through a series of captures and releases. That sounds actually pretty cool.
What it's called? I Saw the Devil. Is that what that was?
I Saw the Devil, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds pretty cool. I have not seen it personally. But I will also add that to my list. Have either of you seen this new movie Becky? It has the guy from Paul Blart Mall Cop.
No, but I saw an advertisement for it recently. Like
Me too.
Is it just called Becky, or isn't it called like Mayhem Becky or something weird?
No,
like
it's
that?
just Becky.
Just Becky. Just called Becky.
Is that the one that has the yellow cover or the yellow art, like poster art with the red writing? That was hard for me to say.
Actually, I can't remember his name. The guy who plays Paul Blart, he's wearing a red hoodie and the writing's in yellow.
Okay.
No,
Kevin James.
I'm thinking of a different movie. Of a different movie.
I'm trying to see like.
I don't.
What is that?
What about what about 2013 movie You're Next? Have you seen that?
You're Next.
No.
You're Next.
You're next.
You are. You're the one that's next. No, that's a good movie. It's home invasion.
Is that the one where they're wearing?
They have the the
animal masks. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some pretty gruesome death scenes in that movie. We were talking about how home invasion movies aren't really that gory. I think Your Next is probably one of the goriest home invasion movies I've seen in a while.
There's one I'm trying to think of the name, and it's a holiday movie. This kid stays at home. His parents go out. He gets a babysitter, and she's about to leave for college. No, and he has like a crush on her, and he invites his buddy over. They're gonna kill her.
It's a Christmas movie. It's oh my god, why can't I think? I own the movie and I can't even think of what it's called. That movie's red, where they fake the home invasion to get the girl's attention.
Right, and then he's like he's gonna kill her or something like that.
Better Watch Out.
Better that dude.
It's called Better Watch Out.
Yeah, that movie's fucking rad. I did not see that coming when that kid fucking lost his shit and started fucking killing his homie and all that shit.
Dude, when you Home Alone that guy with the paint can, fuck, that was so rad.
Michelle's being very quiet.
He didn't share his oil. Your RSO.
Oh yeah. She's just been a hard-working lady.
I am.
Melissa just thumbed up Your Next. Babysitter,
yeah.
that's a good movie. I don't know if that was really home invasion though. They were invited in. Wait, what Babysitter are you talking about? Are you talking about the newest one? That
Well, there's
the
two.
Netflix original.
There's that Netflix, and
Well,
then they did a part 2 to that.
Yeah, but there was I think there's a 90s movie called The Babysitter 2 as well. Or maybe just The Sitter.
Very possible.
Mm.
Have either of you seen Funny Games? There's actually two. There's a remake of it where it's if I remember correctly, it's a family. These two guys wearing all white break in, and they start like messing with them, giving them like different things to do, or they'll like kill one of them. It's a pretty good movie. I watched the remake. I believe it was 2007. I'm looking it up. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, 2007. And it's like a shot for shot remake, I think is what you call it, right? Shot for shot.
Yeah.
But basically like it's a family. They're in a house. It's kind of like in the same way as that one with Bautista we were talking about, where it's like these people invade a house, but it's not because the world is ending. Spoiler if you haven't seen fucking.
They talk about that in the trailer, so for the Bautista movie.
If you mention Better Watch Out, then original Black Christmas. Funny Games is great. It's so fucked up. It really is. But it's a really good fucking movie though. So
check that out.
Add that one to your list. There was a 2007 is when it came out.
I've learned during this episode so far, there's a lot of home invasion movies that I haven't seen. I thought I'd seen like most of them, but fuck, people are just dropping bombs. Like, have you seen this? No, I haven't.
Well, you've seen When a Stranger Calls. That's one you've seen, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That's another one that's another one that's pretty much a staple for that, you know. All Christmas movies. Santa is the original home invader.
Yes.
Yes. Derek says Violent Night, which is a really good one too.
Cheyenne, Panic Room.
Steven says technically Home Alone is a home invasion movie. We agree. Maybe not horror. That's not horror. You're right. However, from the burglarish perspective, it was pretty horrible.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Much agreed.
I'm trying to see what else. I mean, obviously, we brought up the Purge films. We don't really need to talk about them much.
But those are some of the greatest films ever made.
It's true. I love the concept behind the Purge. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I shouldn't say I love it. Like, I really want this to happen. I just mean like
no, but it's original.
Exactly.
Something
it's terrifying. It's
unique and something that could happen. Maybe.
I really believe if the Purge did happen, the movies are fucking as accurate as could be for what America would be like if it happened.
I could see that. So how do we feel about old Clockwork Orange?
I mean, if you don't like Clockwork Orange, just go ahead and cancel yourself right now.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead and cancel, delete all your apps and
your browser history.
And your browser. Actually, no. If you are a Clockwork Orange fan, delete your browser history.
Truer words have not been spoken.
The best part about that book is I actually ended up reading it while I was behind bars, and in the front there's like 3 pages of words that you have to learn that are used in the book so that you understand what the fuck they're talking about. And I was surprised and happy with myself that I made it through the entire book.
Good job. Nice.
Ultimate Home Invasion, Clockwork Orange. Agreed.
Yeah.
And also Orange Michael Myers.
A Clockwork Myers.
Ooh. Where's Aaron Carlson when we need him?
Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, we have a movie idea. A Clockwork Myers.
I don't know. He's either not watching or he's watching and he's quiet, but he's actually probably What time is it? He's
probably
cooking dinner.
cooking.
He's
Yeah,
cooking
I was like,
dinner.
he's probably cooking.
He's probably taking notes on that fantastic idea I just had.
After I fix Patty's staticky mic, did you guys know that David Prowse, who played Darth Vader, was in A Clockwork Orange?
Did not know that.
Wait, David Prowse was Darth Vader? I thought he was the fucking. I could be wrong. Somebody loves the Michael Myers busts. Thank you, somebody. All right, so what do we got next? Home Invasion. Let's go. You guys are killing me.
Oh God, I don't know. Throw something out there.
Trespassers. When a Stranger Calls. Static, The Call. Hey, Fear.
He's searching now.
I'm just naming all the movies that are under Google on fucking.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because I asked you guys like 12 times if you could hear me because my screen went black. So I think I disappeared for a while.
Oh, my
Weird.
bad. Your thing got
gone. I got canceled by my computer.
Dude.
It happens.
Well, we can still see you.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
so we're
we
pretty. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. No, I don't have any more.
Wait.
What?
Oh, it's Melissa's the one that likes the Michael Myers bust.
Oh, gotcha.
He was the old guy's bodyguard. Oh, okay. Ooh, here's a good one. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Oh shit! I haven't thought about that movie in a hella long time.
That is a good one.
Man, that's a good late.
See, that's
80s,
why we
early
need
90s
our audience because they throw out all the good stuff.
Yeah, it's true. Well, what about Single White Female?
That movie is fantastic.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. God.
Single White Female?
No. It'll come to me.
Kevin is upset with us because no one mentioned People Under the Stairs.
Ah.
Look, Derek, Rebecca D. Hornet. Oh wow!
Oh Jesus! And on that note, the episode's over.
I got it. Fatal Attraction.
Ooh, actually, you know what? There's a new TV show on Paramount or Peacock or Showtime. I can't remember which one it is, but it is fucking really good, guys. If you get a chance.
Yep. See Emery.
What's her name's in the it's a thriller series. Where does it air? IMDb, Wikipedia. Yeah, it's based on the 1987 film. Joshua Jackson, Lizzie Kaplan are in it. But who the fuck streams that shit? Based on, developed by Fatal Attraction. It's got the same name as the.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's on Paramount Plus.
Boo.
What?
I thought it was Showtime.
It's on Paramount Plus. But the cool thing about that series is it actually goes from like when they met and kind of everything, but it also is like years later when he's getting out of prison and his daughter's grown up and he's trying to beat the case, and it actually tells you who the killer is. It's actually a pretty cool fucking show. I've watched the whole first season of it. I don't know if there'll be another season, but I watched the whole first season of it, and it's really good.
Huh.
So if you get a chance, check out Fatal Attraction on Paramount Plus. You can log into mine. Gremlins, a multi-home invasion. What about Room Invasion? I don't even know what that is. Like
somebody coming into your room.
Yeah, I don't
like when you're a teenager and your little brother just invades your room all the time.
Yeah, I know.
God.
Yeah.
My brother.
There's a while me and my little brother shared a bedroom.
Oh.
It sucked.
Oh, so you guys had bed invasion then?
Psycho was a good one. Agreed. Like I said, I feel like that's home invasion because, you know, again, you're in your hotel room. You should be safe there. And a motherfucker comes in wearing his mom's clothes and stabs you to death.
I don't know. I don't know if I feel safe in hotel rooms, honestly.
What's that?
Said
Ooh,
I don't know if
14
I
Ways to
actually
Good
feel
One.
safe in hotel rooms.
Yeah, no. Because you always think someone's spying on you.
Yeah.
Spider invasion.
I'm just thinking about the cooties, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always say like take a black light into a hotel room with
I
you. And
don't
like,
ever want to do that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I know it's there. I don't need to see it.
I don't
Fair.
want to see the blood and sperm everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so gross. I don't remember where it was, but we were staying in a hotel room, and there was like the roll of toilet paper, you know, next to the toilet, and inside the roll on the spool there was like a little bag of fucking Coke, and I was like pulled it out, and I was getting like oh, we should do it, and I'm like, no, we're gonna put it in the fucking toilet. This is before fentanyl and everything, so it probably could have
Yeah.
done it and been okay, but I wasn't gonna try.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Devil's Rejects at one point, agreed. Also, since we're talking about Devil's Rejects, Three from Hell, because they, you know, they go into the warden's house and they're holding them all captive before they murder them. So I mean, that's, you know, a lot of home invasion there.
I think do we call a movie a home invasion movie when there's only a small segment of the movie where there's a home invasion,
See,
or does it
that's
a
what I was
movie
just
about
thinking.
home invasion?
Yeah, is it a movie about home invasion, or does it just have home invasion in it as a
Yeah, I
scene?
think it has to be a movie about home invasion. I think if just
You read
because a
my
movie has
mind.
like a segment right here, just because a movie has a segment of home invasion, I don't think it should be considered a home invasion movie.
Okay, fair. Well, Melissa Volan wants to know, what about Orphan? She was a grown ass woman.
She was a grown ass woman. She that was marital invasion.
what was that one that had fucking that comedian Dennis Leary or whatever, and he like
The
fucking broke
Ref.
the ref, and he was like
The
had like
Ref.
fucking people were fighting and shit. That one was a pretty good one. Some
Yeah.
comedy home invasion.
Yeah, that movie's great.
If you can make a comedy home invasion, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, well, they
That
did.
can't be an easy fucking task.
That's quite a fusion.
Right.
I feel like if anybody is gonna have, I know he didn't make the movie, but if anybody's gonna be successful at a comedy home invasion movie, it's gonna be Dennis Leary. Like that guy is like so fuck you and funny at the same time that I think
Right.
like he's the perfect person to make a comedy home invasion movie.
Rebecca says Swimming with Sharks. I'm not familiar with that.
Me neither.
Let me let's see. Swimming with Sharks was a TV series from 2022. Stars Diane Kruger. Trying to see if I can get I'm getting sold Diet Coke. Hold on. Trying to find a synopsis. Where's the synopsis? A young female assistant who is at the center of a studio filled with manipulators, schemers, and intrigue. Little do they know she is poised to outwit them all.
Ooh.
Rebecca said, no!
Ah,
The movie with Spacey. Well, god damn it.
wait, what?
Swimming with Sharks.
Wait,
the
the movie with
movie.
Kevin Spacey? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
called
I just
what?
found it. It's Backstabbing, Ruthless, Two-Faced Revenge, Swimming with Sharks, starring Kevin Spacey, Frank Whaley, and Michelle. Benicio del Toro. All right, I'm in.
Sweet.
You had me
that
at
guy's
Benicio.
right. Yeah. Here's a little homework check in. Did anybody watch? Because we were talking about intros. That one, and you reminded me of Benicio del Toro. Sorry. Did anybody watch the intro to?
Wait, he cut out again.
The intro to what? What?
Can you hear us?
You're muted.
You're
What?
muted. He's muted.
We can't hear you. I can see your lips moving, but no sound is coming out.
I just sent him a message. But Rebecca says it's so good, so we'll have to watch that.
All right.
I'm not a big Kevin Spacey guy after he got found out to be a fucking
you hear me?
toucher. Oh, here he is.
Hey,
All right.
hey, there he is.
What'd you
So
say?
he
that
cut out
happened.
right at the most.
It
Worst-
happened again. My screen went black, and I could hear you guys, but you couldn't hear me.
We could see you though.
What were you saying?
Yeah. I was saying in the last one of the last couple episodes, we were talking about like badass intros, and I was like, if anybody hasn't seen the intro to Way of the Gun, you need to watch that intro.
I wrote that down, and I didn't do it yet. I did write it down.
Fucking hilarious, and you need to watch it. It's if you get offended easily, don't watch it. But
I am so offended by that.
you need to watch it. It's so good.
I'm good.
I wish I had to post it to here. Kevin says with you, Pat, best intro ever.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. The whole movie's good, but the intro is like the whole movie is probably like an 8 out of 10. The intro is like a 12 out of 10.
Oh wow. Okay.
Don't you think the colonization of America is kind of like a home invasion?
The what?
Colonization of America.
All the white people coming in and taking over the country.
Are you saying like 4th of July is or Thanksgiving's home invasion?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. Now we've gone from home invasion horror movies to home invasion history lesson.
Yeah.
You may have heard of the Palestinians.
It was the year 1489.
Is that when they left? What is that noise?
I have no idea. What's that? That noise is my rat licking her water bottle.
That son of a bitch.
Like I said, critters.
I'm bringing my cats over. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, she's drinking her water, and like one time, the bearded dragon was like just scratching at the side of his glass for no fucking reason, like just scratching and scratching. It's like, stop that.
Are we saying Wolverines and
Kevin, is that a Red Dawn reference?
I felt like it was a Red Dawn reference.
Yeah, Wolverines.
Yeah, I love that movie. Let's see. Love you guys and like your show. I learned so much. We love you too, Sherry.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So do we have anything planned for next week? What are we doing?
Oh,
let's take a look.
What is on the list? That is okay. We knew what you were trying to say.
We got you. We love you too.
Yeah.
What's next week?
Do you have anything on there?
Next week is we need to get next week is Would You Rather episode. So I don't remember who we asked to come on to do it with us. You were gonna host it, Michelle.
Yeah, wasn't it?
This is why we need to write shit down.
Yeah, I don't remember. But if they're watching, please.
The book Night Stalkers is an invasion book. A satanic run supermarket crew invades their goody competition. And it gets bloody.
Oh, nice. That sounds awesome.
So we were going to do Would You Rather, and we were going to have like a special guest.
Who was it? Was it Derek?
Was it Russ? Holy Stiver!
Russell Stiver!
I think it was Russ, actually. And then when we do the next trivia, we were supposed to bring on Rebecca and Melissa to go head to head against trivia.
I think so.
Who is it?
Rebecca and Melissa. They were going to go head to head for trivia.
We can always watch our previous episode and like remind ourselves by watching it.
I need to come up with a good prize for that.
Michelle with the knowledge bomb.
I mean, you know.
What did you say?
Or
Michelle?
our watchers can remind us.
Oh yeah, about looking back. I was thinking of what the prize will be for Rebecca and Melissa. I know what it'll be. It'll be this O'Neal Cruz rookie card, Pittsburgh Pirates outfield. No, I'm just kidding.
It should be one of those Michael Myers busts.
It can't be the Michael Myers bust.
There you go.
Wait. It can't be the Michael Myers bust because there's something else in the works for that, and maybe we can give a little teaser on that right now, even though we don't have all the details solidified. But
the Zompire Horde podcast is partnering with I had to do the dick poke.
we're dick pissing.
We're dick pissing with Body Scare. And so we're going to be doing some bundles together.
Nice.
And the bundles are going to come with one of those unpainted busts. And there's going to be a contest. So if you buy the bundle, paint the bust, submit the painted bust to Zompire or Body Scare. There will be 2 winners. We're going to take the best 2 busts that we find for the painting contest. One person's going to get a prize from the Zompire Horde. The other person's going to get a prize from Body Scare. And we're going to announce the winner on the podcast and on the Body Scare and Zompire Facebook pages. So
Nice.
Be on the lookout for that. It's going to be fun once we get all the details squared away.
Nice.
Derek wants the prize to be the ultimate gore horror photo, an autographed self photo of Vlad. Oh.
How cute.
Kevin says, I'm not ready for more beard oil. That stuff lasts forever. You got to saturate. I'm currently wearing the Boogeyman because I took a shower earlier. So I put some Boogeyman.
You bathed. You know,
hey!
you know that this show means a lot to Vlad. He bathed before it.
It's true. So next week we got Would You Rather. Me and Holy Stiver are gonna.
Is Holy Stiver even here still?
Holy Stiver, are you in the house? Are you here? I feel like he would have said something in the comments.
I feel like he would have. Maybe he had to step away.
Yeah.
Maybe he fell asleep.
Maybe he had to go.
He doesn't hate you.
He's like, patio furniture is a piece of shit. I'm out of here.
We do need to print some pictures out so we can send Melissa Volan wants an autographed photo.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
We got those new photos that were taken at Crypticon of us that I really like.
We need to get one. I'm gonna have one printed out. I have a guy. I have a guy.
Yeah.
I'll get them printed. And we should definitely do that and send that out to her because we love Melissa Volan here because she's our fucking Annie Wilkes.
That's right.
Yes. I can't say it any better than that, but I agree.
You're goddamn Skippy. Melissa, Melissa. I did Michelle, Melissa,
night,
and
Steven.
I did Melissa, Michelle.
That's fine.
Do you guys have a mailing list?
I don't know, Vlad. I feel like you have a list of people's addresses.
Well, I do, and I have people's addresses that probably don't want me to have their addresses.
Same.
I told you to delete that shit years ago, motherfucker.
Good night, Steven.
Night, Steven.
Annie Wilkes, bitch.
Annie Wilkes.
She'll break your legs in a heartbeat. She will. She will.
Right. She'll hobble your
next
ass.
week. Next Monday, normal time, normal place. Michelle's going to send us out with a little jing-a-ling-a-ling.
That's right. See y'all next week.
This week's episode of the Zompire Horde podcast is brought to you by Bloody Knuckle Customs. Come check us out at www.bloodyknucklecustoms.com.